Hey everyone, it is William here, and I am joined with George from Austria, who is the marketing expert at BeThrifty. Welcome, George. He's here to share with us basically a campaign that has worked extremely well. So yeah, very excited to dive in. How are you doing?
Thank you, William. Thank you for having me here. I'm doing perfectly fine, and yeah, I'm very glad you have me here, and we're having a nice interview.
Nice, awesome. So George, before we dive in, can you give us an overview about BeThrifty?
Yeah, so BeThrifty is a vintage clothing company that basically is set into two streams of sales. So we have our as you already show on the screen here, we have our online store, BeThrifty.store, where we sell used vintage clothes. Yeah, so this is all just like a normal clothing store online. And we also have our events on a weekly basis where we sell vintage clothes, but based on the kilogram. So we have like a kilo sale, that's what it's called like. And every piece of sale will be weighted and based on the gram will be priced. So yeah.
Yeah. I found that super interesting. That is something that we were chatting on our initial call, right? Like I think it was a couple of weeks ago, where you mentioned that you sell clothes based on kilos, and it's a concept that I had never heard before. So selling clothes based on its weight and not per piece. So yeah, something that
Yeah.
I wasn't familiar with. But yeah, really cool, really
It's
cool.
it's a super new system, so there are some companies who already do that, but yeah, I found the system really interesting myself as well, and yeah, I think for
Yeah.
the customers, it's something new.
Yeah. All right, cool. And so how does this work? Is this like at an event, like someone will basically take the clothes that they want to, because these are clothing events, right? So they take the clothing that they want, and then once they go and pay at the cashing machine, then there's basically like a scale, and they have to put the clothes on the scale, and they pay based on the weight.
Yeah, that's basically it. You explained it better than me actually. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly how it's going. People are just going shopping like in a normal retail store, and they pick what they want. We have changing rooms, everything, and people put their stuff into our bag and then go to the exit and weight it, and based on the gram, the price comes out. So yeah.
All right. So that's awesome. So your BeThrifty basically has two lines of business, right? One is the events where you sell clothes, and then the other one is the e-commerce website,
Yeah, that's
right?
basically the two steps. Yeah.
And then what made you want to use UpViral? Like, did you want to promote the events? Did you want to promote the e-commerce store? Tell us more about that.
So in combination with UpViral, it was basically our goal to gain a bigger audience. So we could use UpViral there for that. So we already had our strategies, but we thought that it would be a good idea to use UpViral here to first of all get a bigger audience, and second of all, what we found was really good for our customers was giveaways. So they were doing really good, and UpViral is just for us a tool that works with that really good. So that's why we chose that. Yeah.
All right. So the end goal of using UpViral is to build bigger audiences for your e-commerce business, for the events, or for both.
For both, basically for both, because the contacts we get there are basically used for both. So that's why we combine them. So it's all about be thrifty, but we can utilize our viral that way to actually get a bigger
Yeah.
audience, emails, followers. It's all one big thing.
Yeah. All right. And so I know your company is based in Austria. So these events, are they locally in Austria, in your country, or around Europe, around the world?
So they're basically right now around Europe. So Austria, Germany, also right now Croatia, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Slovakia. So we're kind of expanding right now. And yeah,
Oh,
there are no limit to that in the European zone. So yeah,
yeah.
it's not just
All
Austria.
right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So, with the end goal in mind of wanting to build bigger audiences, did you, before using UpViral, like, did you try other methods to achieve that same goal of building bigger audiences?
Yeah, we did, especially on our events. We did do giveaways before using UpViral, because UpViral, there's like, you have the digital kind of thingy where you can include everything. You can include your Instagram audience, your Facebook audience, your newsletter audience. You can pretty much use everything. But for the events, we had people already there who can sign up, and we had like a few like single cards where people can give us feedback and write in their name and everything, and their data basically. And so we get their also we give away the contacts we needed. So that was basically our strategy for the events, and that
Okay.
worked also very well. So yeah.
All right. All right. So you're doing, basically you're doing this UpViral giveaways in parallel of everything else in your business too, all with the
Yeah.
same goal, which is to build bigger audiences. All right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And
So
also
you
not
told
just
us that, oh, yeah, go ahead.
not just to make bigger audiences, but also I think to it's always some kind of branding and to give back to the community. So that's also a huge point for us, of course. But that's
Yeah.
just the side effect.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you already revealed that the type of campaign that you did with UpViral were giveaways. But can you tell us more about your giveaway campaign? For how many days did you run the campaign?
So the special campaign I think you're talking about is on UpViral, the one about frequency. So we had like one campaign through UpViral where the big price was the 2 frequency tickets. Maybe to explain for the viewers, this is like a huge festival in Austria, and we gave away 2 tickets of that. And yeah, we used UpViral for that, and we promoted this event. This particular event was like, I mean, it's still running, but effectively I would say it was like 2 months that we promoted it, also with other marketing
Wow.
strategies. But UpViral, it was like 2 months, and we had the same strategy, but like based on different campaigns through Facebook in that matter. And like one ad, for example, was like for one week or 5 days, and we just had to try out some stuff. And we had another campaign that was like going 2 weeks. So it's not always the same, but effectively 2 months. So to answer your question.
2 months. All right. That's a longer period than what we typically hear. Like typically, like we hear from users doing campaigns for like 10 days, 14 days, 21 days. But yeah, 2 months is a long period for a giveaway.
Yeah.
But hey, you got
And
great results
it-
from it. So
yeah, it just depends on the strategy, and yeah, but
yeah.
usually ads are running for a shorter time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so Frequency Festival, that is a music festival, right? That is in Austria.
Yeah, it is
And
in Scotland, I think. Yeah.
something that I'm interested in is um typically it is said, right, with giveaways, that if you make the price very relevant to the core product that you sell, then you will have a higher likelihood of turning leads into customers, right? Because you attract the right audiences. And here I noticed that, so you are basically doing the giveaway about a music festival and you sell clothing. Where is the match in that sense? Where are they
Uh,
connected?
I get what you're saying. So that's an interesting question actually, but I think like it's based all around our target audience. So basically, I think most people who are going to like BeThrifty events also like the character of events, and
Okay.
also that's combined with kind of music. So it's pretty much the same kind of target group who would go to those kind of festivals, who would also go to BeThrifty events. So that's kind of like a combining feature there. And yeah, also with the taste of music, I think, and everything, it's just like a combining feature, and that's why I think all working so good, because it's connecting with the people who are going to our events.
All right, I get it. So it's basically because you know that the target audience, the customer avatar basically from that is interested in going in that event is very, very similar to the ones that you're trying to target and that would purchase in your e-commerce store. Okay.
Yeah, I think otherwise it didn't even work, I think.
Yeah. All right. So now you've told us that the campaign was running for 2 months. Can you tell us more about the results that you got with the campaign?
Yeah, I can definitely. So I'll just bring up my sheet here because I don't know the exact data by heart.
I can share my screen as well and show the
Okay, yeah, that would be
results.
maybe more interesting for the viewer. So yeah.
Yeah, so let me share my screen. There we go. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So what we can see here is that we got 28,000 total visits and like 9,000 total leads, which means this is for us on the right side there. For us, this is like 9,000 9K emails that got generated here, or like got required here. And yeah, that is the first big thing we got from the UpViral campaign we did. And we also, when you see down there on the top 5 social custom actions, so you had 2 social actions here with WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, where we got around altogether 4.4K shares. On the right side, you see like with the Instagram and TikTok logo, you see we got 2K Instagram visitors and 1.5K TikTok visitors, which will ultimately and lead to followers there. I mean, I don't think everybody who clicks there will follow, but like a percentage of that number. So yeah, that was also really successful. And also the third bar is around like 1.2K, which is about Instagram shares on stories. So yeah, also really great to get the word out through that channel. So
okay, all right, yeah. So here we basically also see from if we break down direct leads and referred leads. So from the 9,056 total leads, 6,608 were direct, with a 31% conversion rate. And actually the traffic that you got from referred visits converted even better at 36%. And you got 2,448 referred leads. So leads that came in for free, basically, which is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And here we basically also see like from the action, so so a total of 4,436 shares across WhatsApp and Messenger, and almost 50% of, we're going to call that 50% of users interacted with your campaign. And then they took a total of 4,765 total actions, and here 52% of users have interacted, which is really high. That shows that you're getting like quality leads, right? And that this is real people that are taking action, sharing your campaign, following. I noticed the emails as well, like you've sent a total of 704 emails with a 67% open rate. So really high open rate as well. So yeah, the stats are definitely positive.
Yeah, they are more than positive if you ask me, because like, for example, especially with the last thing you just mentioned with emails, like nearly 70% opening rate is amazing. So yeah, that was definitely a great result there.
Yeah. And then, so I want to ask you as well, do you have you measured like in any way the impact that this total like 9,000 leads had when it comes to revenue, when it comes to customers? Do you have any stats there?
So as we don't really have a stat there, because as I mentioned before, BeThrifty is kind of like split into two kind of streams of sales. So with the online shop and with the events, it's pretty hard to get a revenue stat there. But what I can definitely say is, for example, our newsletter, how does it say, newsletter audience, which was growing
newsletter
way
list.
bigger, nearly 10K new emails, and with an opening rate of like 35% there of our weekly newsletter campaigns. We're basically set around 5%, 6%, 7% with new customers acquired. So for both the online store and for the events, which is really, really great. So
all right,
that's basically where you can set it.
So basically you're saying that you see a big increase in terms of like having a newsletter with a much bigger size, and then from that newsletter you're seeing an increase of 5 to 7% in sales.
Yeah, all around.
All right, okay, cool, epic, glad to hear. So now I want to like really touch a bit more on the campaign mechanics itself. So I want to share my screen again, and I want to show the opt-in page. So basically, the price of this campaign, that was 2 tickets to the Frequency Festival that was in Austria, right? And that has a value of 400 euros because each ticket is 200, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So, all right. And so here we basically see this was all in German, but our team has translated it to English. So get a chance to win 2 tickets worth 400 euros for the Frequency Festival in St. Pölten. Yeah. Fill out the form below, and with a bit of luck, you could win 2 Frequency Festival tickets worth 400 euros. The festival will take place from August 17th to the 20th in St. Pölten. Festival tickets includes camping and parking, standing place. Each ticket is 200 euros. Then the deadline here of when the giveaway ends, which adds urgency, right? Yeah. And then here you have name, email, phone number, and what is this? This is their location.
They live in the other location. Yeah. It's like being Vienna. So this is just the example.
Yeah. All right, cool. Excellent. And then this is the share page. So after people opted in with their name, email address, and phone number, then they would come to this page, the share page, where it says invite your friends and increase your chance of winning 2 tickets to the Frequency Festival 2022. For each person who registers under your link, you will receive 50 additional points. Here they have their unique invite link. Get more points by following us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and tagging your friends in our competition post. So 50 points for sharing on WhatsApp, 20 on Messenger. Follow us on Instagram is 25. Follow us on TikTok, 25. Share the competition in your Instagram story is 50. The person with the most points wins the voucher for 2 tickets for the Frequency Festival. Okay, so this was basically a competition with a leaderboard.
Yeah.
And the person that would end on top at the end of the campaign would basically get the tickets.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's how it worked. That's where the mechanics of our campaign. And yeah. So
all right.
We already told everything.
I want to ask you, George. So what do you think are the strong points about your UpViral campaign that made it work so well?
So first of all, if you go back to the opt-in message there, so the first one, I think it's always important these days to have like something really catchy, not just graphic-wise, but also with the text. So it has to be broken down to the most crucial information for the visitor. And for example, like with the title, get a chance to win 2 tickets worth 400 euros. People are instantly know what everything is about, and the graphics just add to it, like the frequency festival contest, when does it end, and what is the price exactly. So that's just a crucial information, basically, and people don't get confused what they have to do or anything. So that's basically, I think, also like a huge point to have like a good campaign there and good lead acquiring. So I think that's basically it here for the opt-in page on my side, and for the sharing page, the same thing basically. So you get with the point system, it's important. For example, WhatsApp, you get 50 points. People nowadays, everybody uses WhatsApp. So yeah, this is like pretty much a no-brainer with the point system and the whole vibe about a competition. People get to people like competing in that way, and that's why it's always
Yeah.
really interesting for the visitor there as well. So yeah.
Okay. Something that I find interesting is that I noticed that you don't have the buttons of share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share via email, share on Pinterest. You didn't add them. Is there any specific reason for that?
Mm. I think for us the most important thing is basically Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't add it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think this was
So
basically the most important things for us to actually use these buttons for our campaign. So yeah.
is that is that because you're basically trying to attract like a younger demographic?
Yeah, that's also
Okay.
a big point there, because these days Instagram, TikTok, most of the younger audiences uses these channels, and that's also
Exactly.
connecting with our target audience. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes total sense. All right. And my next question basically is about the length of the campaign. So you mentioned it was 2 months that you run this giveaway campaign. So how did you keep the audience engaged during the 2 months?
So as I already mentioned before, I think for the marketing we did most part did actually we do with Facebook ads. So that was the huge part about it. And on our social media department, we connected or keep our audience engaged with mostly Instagram stories. So that's how we kept them engaged, and that's
Okay.
pretty much everything we did there. There wasn't any other way of keeping people engaged, and that was totally enough.
Okay. Yeah. So posting on social media about the giveaway so that they keep being reminded about it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. How did you announce the winner when the time came to announce it? How did you do that?
I mean, basically the it's still running. So the frequency
Hmm.
festival, I think it's in August, early August. So the winner will be announced through social media and email. And yeah, that's basically how it will be done.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, with this campaign so far, you've collected like 9,000 leads. What is your at BeThrifty? What is the marketing strategy of email marketing? So what do you do with all these email subscribers after the campaign has ended?
Yeah, so we utilize our email marketing basically for events and products for our online store. So every week when we have events, there will be sent out newsletters to remind our audience, hey, we have an event there and there, come by. And we obviously have like different newsletters there as well. But yeah, it's every week on a weekly basis for the events. and I think 2 to 3 times for our online store, which is totally enough
Okay.
to. I think it's like to get like the golden cut there, to not overdo it with the newsletters, but also keep your followers in touch. So yeah.
All right. All right, cool. So you have a clear strategy with your email marketing there, from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
And all right, so going back now to the results of your campaign. So we just saw, right, like 6,000 something direct leads, 2,000 and something referred leads. Out of this like 6,000 direct leads that you got, what strategies did you leverage in order to promote your campaign to get those direct leads in?
What strategies? So basically,
Yeah.
we did use Facebook ads. So that's how we basically got to that point. Yeah, and also Instagram stories and emails as well. But on the most part, actually, as I mentioned, it was basically Facebook ads there who helped us out a lot. But yeah, so that was basically how we promoted the thing. And
Okay.
yeah.
Did you have any set budget for Facebook ads?
So for that specific sorry for that specific campaign, we did have a budget of 2K, so 2,000 euros we spent on that. So yeah, we had our fair amount of money spent on that campaign, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah,
and as you can see, you're just sharing the screen. This is basically the Facebook ad there, with also like the same graphics you used as in the share page before on UpViral, and also with like super catchy and really breaking down to the most crucial information. So yeah, that was the ad. And we also obviously utilized the same one on Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories. So that was used for everything.
Yeah. Which basically also it's like a golden rule in marketing that they always say you need to have a lot of continuation throughout your campaign, right? Like whatever you, in terms of like the creatives, the messaging, when they see an ad, when they see the landing page, they see the share page, the emails, the stories, everything needs to be very congruent. And that is something that you guys are doing really well by displaying this image here in the ad. Then if you go to the landing page, you see the same image, so then you really, it is familiar in a way, right? Which generates trust.
Yeah, it is. And as you mentioned, that's a really important part as well, of course, because people remember these kind of things. They instantly see the graphic, and I mean, you instantly see what it's about. There are a lot of people having fun, drinking. So it's obviously with the text combined, everybody knows, okay, this is a frequency festival. So yeah, it's about continuation, and the catchy part.
All right. And here we basically see what you were mentioning. So part of your campaigns for this frequency giveaway. So yeah, we see here cost per link click of 9 cents, 16 cents, 17 cents, which is great. Epic. Okay. And then Georgia, I want to ask you, if you had the chance like to do something different about this campaign, or any lessons that you've learned from it that you would say, next campaign I'm going to do this different. Well, is there anything that comes to mind that you say, I would do this differently next time?
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest part here is actually like bigger prizes, honestly. The bigger the prize, I think the more interesting it is for the visitor. So you shouldn't be you should really try to get the biggest prize you can there, and make it interesting for the visitor and for your target audience. So I think just with
bigger
there.
prices next time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then I'm coming to the two final questions of the interview. George, if people want to find out more about BeThrifty, where can they connect with you or with the store?
So as you showed before, we have our online shop. So BeThrift with www.bethrifty.store, where we upload every day new clothes. So that's one stream, and also of course on our Instagram, Facebook, socials, always bethrifty.store. So we are also active there every day. So yeah, that's
All
it.
right, perfect. And then final question, in a few words, like what would you say about UpViral?
So UpViral is great. It helped us utilizing, not utilizing, but using it for us to gain a bigger audience in a great way. And yeah, we like using it, and we will definitely use it for future campaigns as well. And we'll see what will be the strategy next time. And yeah, the only feedback we have here is maybe to make the double opt-in standard. I think this would be really important for us because we got a lot of bounce back emails, which kind of can lead to getting suspended or something. So that would be one feedback from our side, maybe there. But otherwise, that Upper is a great tool for doing that kind of thing. And yeah.
Yeah. All right. So currently, I imagine you have double opt-in enabled, right? For your campaigns? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Perfect. So yeah, we have the option to enable it if you want to, or disable it for everyone who's watching in the audience. But all right. So with that, George, I really want to thank you for being here and doing this interview with me, sharing everything about your campaign, what you did, what strategies you leveraged to send traffic, everything in detail. So thank you so much. And we definitely look forward to seeing you like continue crush it with UpViral and hopefully do another interview with one of your next, I'm sure, very successful campaigns.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here. It was great, and yeah, also help from the audience. People can learn something here or take something for their UpViral campaign, and yeah.
There you have it. Everyone, connect with George, BeThrifty.store. Thank you so much, George. Have a great day ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye bye. Cheers.
Bye.